What's up everybody, Jeff here, and I tried to cut my own hair, and here's a video about it, and then after the video I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I think about everything. You know, basically what's going on is I'm getting this crap. It started to grow in, and I'm just gonna kind of clean it up real tight. Okay, so the first thing I guess you might want to know is what am I using. It's a Andis buzzer. I've had it for like 6 years or so. I don't know if you can see this, but this clipper does a half measurement. So I always kind of start long and then go back shorter after I kind of get it going. So the first thing I do when I ever clean this up, I haven't done it in a while. I usually just go to him to clean it up, but I think that the beard, in my opinion, starts right at the line of the ear. And you know, like, I see people clean up all the way down to here, and I think that looks super weird and bottom heavy. So I pretty much just start from there, and then I'll tell you what I do with that little part and the transition when I get to that. So I'm just gonna go right in, and so what I'm doing is I'm just gonna go and get like the generalized back and sides, and then anything that has this transition here, I am going to save and then do it really delicate and nice and soft. Now for the back, I'm just kind of dragging up my hand and then holding to the top where it would be like kind of like a protection safety zone. Like, I'm just kind of going up and just being like, there's no way that razor's gonna pass that point. And I'll worry about the details later. Now I'm trying to get closer to the longer hair that's on the top. Here I'm trying to get rid of most of the bulk on the back of my head. It's really, really difficult. Here I'm actually clipping downwards so I wouldn't accidentally hit the hair on the top. It's already difficult as it is, so I don't want any problems. At this point I realized that there was actually a fade that I didn't see, and I'm trying to keep that. There's like a little bit of length on the top section, and it fades down to very, very short. It even goes into the back, but so I had to go into the other room where I have one mirror in front and one mirror in back, and basically I could look at it and then just kind of lift it up and then clean it up there. And I did a pretty horrible job because of the back of my head, and then maybe I can get somebody else to just clean it up, but this is just an in-between thing. This is not like a self haircut. This is just to get by, just because it was looking super weird. So I'll probably go another month or so and then get a haircut. Now, the last step really was I just kind of went in there, and then on this side where I just kind of left some length, I just kind of went in and just cleaned it up so that wall goes a little more straight up. So my hair is really weird and it just sticks out like crazy. So last thing is when I get to the beard here. Just trim the very long hairs. A lot of times I just push it forward. Just to make sure to clean up against the ears too. Yeah, it's definitely really hard, and it doesn't even come out that good usually. It's like a 6 out of 10 result, but it will save me, say, like $80 to $100. That's for a haircut here in New York. The cheapest I've found was $60. So I tried to do this to prevent from going to get a haircut as often. And you know, the person I go to actually gives me some in-betweens, but he's really hard to book, and you know, I have to resort to this, and I'm not good at it, but I get it done, and you know, in another 2 months, month or so, I'll go back to him and get a full haircut. So the type of haircut that I have right now and where my hairline is a little bit high for this solid fall off. I think that if, can you see here? If I were to do a solid fall off like this, my part should be pulled down a little bit. That because of my hairline, like the way it grows, it's always been this. It just looks this way. So we followed this line because my natural part's up there. But most people who have this like undercut type style, their hairline is up here and then it's usually like even lower. So their thing would be right here. And if you can see the shape of my head, it like my part's kind of like up on top of it a little bit. So that's really what I learned from this one, that you gotta sometimes I can't fucking talk. You gotta sometimes fuck up to really learn something. And I learned this time exactly why does it look weird when I do this thing that I see on a lot of people that looks fine. So yeah, and then on this side, I kind of kept what he was doing before because he's awesome, and he had like a little bit of a fade, and he did the same in the back, but I can't really reach the back or fix it, so it just looks like I'm wearing a wig. It's super weird looking, and there's nothing I can do about that, but luckily this kind of growth grows in really, really fast. So yeah, that was that. So
hopefully this helped you out, and if it did, let me know. And if you guys like seeing these kinds of videos, let me know about that too, I guess. All right, so that's it. All right, peace.